In this episode, we're going to go over 4 hidden issues we had in our walls that were holding us up to getting to this point in our master bathroom remodel. This is just a look ahead of what it's looking like right now. There's some videos in between this and where we're at. This is a little teaser. But back to our issues. Of those 4 we have, 3 of them were bad. 1 was actually good. 1 was really just totally unexpected, and we'll get to that first. Our hurricane straps buckled, and with these sticking out so far, there was no way we were getting our wallboard and our drywall to sit flush. So we had to come up with a way to correct this because we can't just cut these out. The ones up top around the window and around the rest of the room, they looked pretty good. I did use a hammer to drive in some nails and beat down some of the high spots in the strapping. Now back to the real culprits, the lower ones. So here's one that we fixed versus one that we haven't fixed yet, and you could see the difference. So what we did is we just pulled the nails out, and then we're just going to use a screw to pull that strap tight. We'll just put it at a nice angle and drive it in, and then just use a hammer to beat it flush. And we'll just put our nails back in. It's very specific on these hurricane straps of what you can use to secure them. You're not supposed to use screws. You're supposed to use these 1.5" 10D nails. I figured 1 screw here or there is not going to change the integrity of my whole house, and I'm good with it. This is something that was pretty simple to do, but it makes a big difference. And it was very unexpected. Now, if you look at these 2, which were probably our worst, that makes just a huge difference, as you can see after we corrected it. All right, so now on to our next issue, drywall, specifically our ceiling drywall. From here to here, there is no support. I think they were just using the wall drywall to hold up the ceiling. But later when I go in the attic to fix this, there's over a 1/2 inch gap up there, so I don't know how it was supporting anything. We are going to put tongue and groove on the ceiling in here, so we had to come up with something to reinforce this to give us plenty of strength to hold not only the drywall, but that tongue and groove as well. So I just grabbed some scrap plywood that I had, and then we went up in the attic, moved our insulation, and just attached it so that we have something to screw into. Probably not the best video. It's hard to climb around in here on my rafters, hold a camera, use a screw gun, and line up some plywood, but we got it, and we're just going to cover it back up with our insulation. And I think we ended up doing 3 pieces here, but you can see right there how big that gap was. I could get my fingers through there. I also remember coming up here before demo to see what was up here and what we needed to do, and I could feel cold air coming through there, even with it tape and mudded in the top corner between the wall and the ceiling. So we're gonna come up with something to hopefully help with that as well. Now we get back down to the bottom and we get to screw our drywall in finally, and I can remove my temporary screws I put in the top plate to hold this from falling. You can also see right here where I put some backer board back behind where my wife's mirror is gonna be. That's something I definitely want to be able to screw into something instead of just put some drywall anchors. And we went with some 1/2 inch plywood just because I have a vent right here. Here's also a better shot of that. And then whenever I was screwing in this end over by the door, it was pulling my drywall up so much, I had to come over here and put some screws and hammer in the nails that were poking through the texture now. Now that our second issue has been remedied, we're going to move on to the third. And the third issue is our good issue. We found this secret cubby hidden in our walls. Before we go over what we're going to be doing here, if you're enjoying this video, please give a like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And as you remember from the beginning of this video, there's a lot more to come just from this master bathroom remodel. Now back to this hidden area. We're gonna go ahead and open it up because I want to use this wasted space in here, and we're gonna build a custom shelf unit that's gonna slide into the wall. Our bathroom's not the biggest bathroom. It's 8.5 by 10.5. So all the floor space that we can save will make this bathroom look and feel bigger. So we took out a couple of the studs on the wall that's to our laundry room, and we're gonna replace it with a 2x12. So it'll actually connect the 2x6, the 2x4 wall that are in between my laundry room and my bathroom, and the corner 2x4 wall that's in the laundry room. And this 2x12 was cheaper than two 2x6s. And I think it'll be stronger connecting everything together. We'll also put some blocking in to actually connect this wall to the 2x6 wall because it was never actually connected to the other one. So in case I get a hurricane, I'll probably go hide in this little corner right here. It's probably the strongest place in my house. But also, like I said, keep posted because we're going to build that custom shelving unit, and then we're going to slide it in here after we get our drywall done. This thing turned out so big, I think we could hide 3 bodies in here. So if you need a place to hide a body, please put it down in the comment section. Let me know. The first 3, I got a place for you. We had a bunch of huge gaps, especially around the bottom of our exterior walls, that we're going to have to come in and fill with some spray foam. Now this can's like one of the normal cans. Whenever you're using that great stuff, the nozzle leaks, gets all over your hand, no matter how hard you screw it down on there. But we're gonna go through and we're gonna seal all these. Some of them, between my bathroom wall and my garage, I could see daylight between them, so I'd be getting bugs and drafts. So we're gonna fill this in on the 2 exterior walls on the bottom. And then, like I mentioned before, there were some big gaps up between the wall and the ceiling, and we're gonna seal the whole room all the way around, because with putting that tongue and groove board on the ceiling, I'm not gonna have to tape and mud my corners, but I still want a nice air seal. You can see how big this crack is. Some of them were crazy, and that's out to my garage, so I'd be getting bugs and drafts. And if you remember from the beginning of the video how much my hurricane strapping had buckled and pushed out, I can only imagine what they look like on the side that's out to my garage or to the outside of my house. So it has to be that pushing the drywall out, and I just want to keep it sealed up, like I said. So we're just going to seal this the best we can so that we can move on to some of our actual insulation in the walls. It's getting hot here in the summer in Florida. Even though I have air conditioning in this room with no insulation, it gets a little warm. My power bill is going to be a little high this month, I'm pretty sure. You can see here now that we sealed our top and bottom gaps in our walls, we can start putting in our bats. Finally, having this insulation installed should definitely help keep it cooler in this room and make it much easier to work in. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest of these videos coming out for this master bathroom remodel. Thanks for watching.